enthusiastic, I must say that. My name is Mojca, and I would like to share with you a little bit about Medjugorje. I know that most of you know a lot about Medjugorje. How many of you have been to Medjugorje? Almost everybody. Actually, it would be easier to ask how many of you have been to Medjugorje. Good. I really hope that Our Lady will bring you to Medjugorje as well. I know that some of the people are not in this position to come to Medjugorje. That's why we are so thankful to Our Lady for the places like this, for Mairead and people like her who bring Medjugorje to those who cannot come to Medjugorje. And you know, for us, coming from Medjugorje, traveling around Ireland, meeting people, we are very much impressed with Medjugorje in Ireland. And I believe that that's the best fruit of Our Lady's messages and Our Lady's presence in Medjugorje. As most of you know, Medjugorje is a small little place in the country called Bosnia and Herzegovina, and it is a place where on the 24th of June 1981, Our Lady started appearing to 6 children. Today, all 6 of them, Vicka, Ivan, Maria, Mirjana, Ivanka, and Jakov, they're all grown up. They all have their own families. They all have their own children. At the beginning, Our Lady was appearing to all 6 of them on a daily basis. But then after some time, Our Lady stopped appearing to 3 of them on a daily basis. And now to those 3, Our Lady is appearing once a year, except Mirjana, to whom Our Lady is appearing also once a month, on the 2nd of every month. But the other 3, Ivan, Vicka, and Maria, for 33 years, Our Lady has been appearing to them every single day. And you know, sometimes, especially us living down there in Medjugorje, we just forget how privileged and how blessed we are. And I hope that you all agree that we all living on earth at this time are blessed and privileged to be living at this time when our Heavenly Mother is opening heaven on a daily basis and bringing heaven upon earth every single day. Because the visionaries, they say that when Our Lady is appearing to them, they can see heaven behind her. They say that heaven, a piece of heaven, comes upon earth every single time when she is appearing to them. So now you can imagine how many times that happened in these 34 years. You know, we had a boy in a group last summer. You know how children are. He said, "Mom, give me the calculator. I need to see how many times is that. 34 years, 365 days every year." So he came to the number approximately. But just to think that Our Lady is coming, and there is only one reason why she's doing that. Because she's a mother. A mother will do everything to help her children, to protect her children, and to save her children. And that's the reason why Our Lady is coming to Medjugorje and coming to all of us. In one message, Our Lady said, "I'm coming here for you to be happy here on earth and one day with me in heaven." So I'm just hoping and praying, and we all, I believe, are that one day we will be with her in heaven. Medjugorje is also a place of many, many beautiful signs, many beautiful healings, many miracles. In all these 34 years, I say 34, although it's a bit less than that, but in all these years, there were many, many physical healings. There are more than 500 fully documented physical healings that happened through Medjugorje and through the intercession of Our Lady of Medjugorje. There are many, many vocations. many priests, many nuns who got their vocation in Medjugorje, more than 600, and every day that number is getting bigger and bigger. And many other beautiful things happening in Medjugorje. But Medjugorje is not a miracle only. Medjugorje is not only healings. Medjugorje is not only the visionaries. But Medjugorje is mostly about the messages of Our Lady. They are the essence of Medjugorje. Because I was very impressed with the Holy Father. You know, it brought the main theme, let's say, of our meeting to the center, and that is opening of the heart. And in Medjugorje, Our Lady invited us so many times to open our hearts. And how to do it? By living her messages. In one message, Our Lady said, open your hearts. I invite you to confession so Jesus may be your truth and peace. So by living the messages of Our Lady, going to confession, because that's one of the main messages of Our Lady, by praying, another main message, by fasting. You know, so many people, as you know, we are with the Irish groups all the time. For 7 months, we become Irish, actually. We are not Croatians anymore, but for 7 months we are Irish. And so many people from our group, they say, God, you know, fasting is the most difficult question. I don't know if can I have soup? Can I have tea? It's not up to us. I mean, that's up to Our Lady. And Our Lady said that fasting is fasting on bread and water. But she also said that with prayer and fasting, we can work miracles. And that by prayer and fasting, we can even stop wars. And in this latest message of Our Lady, which was given just yesterday, I just have too many papers here. In that message, Our Lady said, hatred and war are growing from day to day. And we do have a remedy for that. She said that with fasting and prayer, we can stop wars. And it's just not some war in some foreign country. It's the war that people around us have in their hearts, wars that we have in the families around us. So a war that we can see everywhere. So by living Our Lady's messages, and you know that also one of the main messages is reading the Bible, and that the main and the most important message is the message of the Holy Mass. And this evening we live that message, and in that way we open our heart to Our Lady. So I hope that you will continue living Our Lady's messages. I hope that you will continue opening your hearts to Our Lady by living her messages. And I hope that you will be the witnesses of Our Lady's love and of Our Lady's presence on this earth as well. Because that is what she is inviting us to do, to be her witnesses and to be her helpers. There is a responsibility that we all have. You know, becoming her disciples by coming to Medjugorje, by meeting her love, experiencing her love there. You have that responsibility to bring it to the people around you. And I do believe that you all do that. For the end, I would just like to invite you to pray with me 2 prayers that Our Lady gave in Medjugorje. Besides 6 of the visionaries, there were 2 girls who had the gift of interlocution. Both of them, Mariana Vasil and Jelena Vasil, had the gift to hear the voice of Our Lady. It was in 1983. And through one of them, Jelena, Our Lady gave these few prayers And one of them is the prayer of consecration to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and the other one is the prayer of consecration to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. So since the whole evening we have been talking about the heart, let us all, if you agree of course, let us all consecrate ourselves and our families to the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Immaculate Heart of Mary. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Great. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Prayer of consecration to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. O Jesus, we know that you're merciful, and that you have offered your heart for us. It is crowned with thorns and with our sins. We know that you implore us constantly, so that we do not go astray. Jesus, remember us when we are in sin. By means of your heart, make all men love one another. Make hate disappear from amongst men. Show us your love. We all love you. And we want you to protect us with your shepherd's heart. And free us from every sin. Jesus, enter into every heart. Be patient with us. We are still closed because we have not understood your love. Knock continuously, O good Jesus. Make us open our hearts to you. At least in the moment when we remember your passion that you suffered for us. Amen. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and shall be, world without end. Consecration to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. O Immaculate Heart of Mary, show your love towards us. May the flame of your heart descend on all mankind. We love you so. Impress true love in our hearts, so that we have a continuous desire for you. O Mary, humble and meek of heart. Remember us when we are in sin. You know that all men sin. Give us, by means of your Immaculate Heart, spiritual health. Let us always see the goodness of your maternal heart. And may we be converted by means of the flame of your heart. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Our Lady, Queen of Peace, pray for us. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Just to read you the latest message, the one that was given yesterday, a lady said this: Dear children, also today I call you, lift your vocation in prayer. Now, as never before, Satan wants to suffocate man and his soul by his contagious wind of hatred and unrest. In many hearts there is no joy because there is no God or prayer. Hatred and war are growing from day to day. I'm calling you, little children, begin anew with enthusiasm